60,000 mail-in ballots that were received and several thousand more that were received in the last 24 hours. We've gotten through about 93,000 votes already. Those are almost all mail-ins. There are 420 some precincts in which the judges of elections are coming into the county from all across the county to bring in the results from those precincts. We'll get those periodically and update you perhaps every half hour or hour as those results come in. So a couple of quick things to say is that everything went pretty smoothly today. There were some standard issues that came up, machines that needed replacement, they were dealt with quickly. I think all of us were at the precincts around the county, and there were some lines, which is good. A lot of people were voting, and overall, there were not significant issues related to security that we dealt with throughout the day, and people were able to cast their ballots successfully. So in terms of where we are now, I'll just give, is Megan here? Should I just give the top line numbers? Everybody wants those. So I'm gonna go to those right now, and then we'll give you a broader overview of what's happening in terms of process, what to expect the rest of the night and into the morning, because we will not have even the unofficial results until tomorrow morning. So we hope everyone remains patient. But right now, this is the first set of results for Montgomery County, and it is largely exclusively mail-in votes. There's 94,577 votes that have been tabulated. That's out of 632,813 eligible voters. Kamala Harris has 71,072 votes. Donald Trump has 21,931 votes. Chase Oliver, Libertarian candidate, has 311 votes. Jill Stein, Green Party candidate, has 440 votes. So that's a total of 93,754 votes currently tabulated. There are 360 write-in votes that we will have to resolve afterwards. For US Senate, Bob Casey, Democrat, has 69,792 votes, and Dave McCormick, Republican, has 22,389 votes in this first batch. There are a number of third-party votes, all under 1,000 in that race, and the total votes cast is 93,748. There are 45 unresolved write-ins. I can continue going through some of the row offices as well, whatever people would like to hear. You want me to? Yes. Should I do that? Okay, we can also pass this around so that you can. You can get this, but Eugene D. Pasquale has 65,858 votes. Dave Sunday, 25,491 votes. Number of third-party candidates all under 1,000 votes each. And the total votes for the Attorney General's race is 93,193. For Auditor General, Malcolm Kenyatta, 66,189 votes. Tim DeFore, 25,185 votes. That's out of 92,828 votes cast in the Auditor General's race. In the State Treasurer's race, 66,036 votes for Aaron McClelland, Democrat, 25,408 votes for Stacey Garrity, Republican. That's out of 92,769 votes. I will just do the statewides for this purpose. I think those are the races that are the most contested and relevant for Montgomery County, and we'll pass around the rest for both the state legislature and the county congressional. Makes sense. So before we open it up for any questions, I'll turn it over to my fellow commissioners. Commissioner Winder.
Good evening. Thanks everyone for being here. I know it's been a long day, but it's exciting to be with you after the polls are just closing, and just I think all of our polling locations are closed, but if there's anyone that's still out there waiting in line, you should stay there until you have an opportunity to cast your ballot. So I spent a lot of time throughout the county. I think I visited like 20 polling locations throughout Montgomery County, and there's been so much enthusiasm around this election in the community. We worked really hard this presidential and this election to make voting as accessible as possible throughout Montgomery County. I just want to reiterate some of the things that we did to prepare for today. We added 6 new Dropbox locations. We doubled our satellite offices and even launched a mobile voter van. Our voter guides were in 10 different languages. Our communications team really ramped up how we were communicating with the community, and we shared a wide range of timely, informative updates through email and social media. And we brought the vote to the people. And I'm really proud of this board and the work that we did, and all of those that played a role in helping us get to today. We had over 3,000 election workers across the county. I had an opportunity to go in and thank those that served as election workers and gave of their time and talent to participate in our democracy. And I want to thank them for doing their part in this election. At my polling place, it was incredible to see those election workers, and many of my friends and neighbors and my little guy Max got to witness mommy and daddy vote today. And what I observed is that we have some of the most hardworking election workers in the state. Some have worked elections for decades and have in-depth understanding of our processes. Some are new and decided to step up this year, including high school students newly eligible to vote. And they're people that we interact with every single day, whether it's at church, at the grocery store, at sporting events, and they are people you live next to and know. And democracy, as we know, is a community effort, and we are all doing our part. So I just want to thank everyone that played a role in getting us to today. And we know there's more work to do, and I'm proud of everyone that has got us to this moment, but we have teams that will be working around the clock to ensure that we can provide accurate election results, hopefully in the morning. So thank you. I'll turn it over to Commissioner Canelo.
Well, good evening. It's been a long but fun, beautiful day. The weather was amazing. I have to also talk about, we have workers throughout voter services. They've been working extremely hard, not only getting ready for today over the last several months, but they've been working extremely hard today at all the different locations that we have, the central processing and the warehouse and that. And we have, like as mentioned, thousands of poll workers out there to ensure that we're able to have a good election day. I'm glad that it's coming to an end. I think we all are. I think we're all ready for the commercials to end and the text messages and all the advertisements and mailers. I think we're all going to be happy tomorrow that part of this election season is coming to a close. So I'm excited about that. As far as the day, I don't know how many polling places I've been to throughout the county. I was down at our central processing watching the mail-in ballots being opened and counted, scanned and tallied. So we've seen a pretty good smooth day down there. Nothing really out of the ordinary, but unfortunately, my phone started ringing at 5:30 this morning because with setup and problems with some machines and that. And then we've had overzealous judge of elections making up their own rules. causing issues at their polling locations. We had constables who decided to take it upon themselves to be the king of the polls and cause issues with the voters and the people working outside. So was it a great day? It was a great day for all of for the voters to get out and exercise their right to vote, but we have issues throughout Montgomery County that seriously has to be addressed. I've had to go to some polling locations. I've had to call judge of elections. I had to work with voter services. We had people showing up that requested mail-in ballots that they never got, and then in the mail. We have people contacting that submitted a mail-in ballot, said it was received, but then they went to the poll with their husband, and their husband saw their name, their spouse or whoever's name in the book, and it didn't state that that they already voted. So there's those issues. We've had reports of videos coming in of people dropping off 4, 5, in some instances 10 ballots at drop boxes. So, and I'll be pulling those videos, and I'm going to be either submitting them to the DA for investigation, or I'll call my own press conference and I'll show the videos of these ballots being submitted in these drop boxes. So, and these election results, although we spent a lot of time going through them, it's the first pass, and they're right in alignment with the voter return. So I wouldn't put a lot of credence in these election results as it is right now. It's going to be a long night of tallying and counting ballots. Unfortunately, Pennsylvania is right in ground zero of what this next presidential or the next president of the United States is going to be, and it's unfortunate because I don't think anybody wants to be at ground zero, but it is what it is, and all eyes are going to be on Pennsylvania. And there's been a lot of things that have been reported, some factual, some not factual, and I think that will be for legal to work its way through all of that. I hope to, I've said this before, my goal as being elected as a county commissioner is to be able to stand in front of the community and say that I could stand behind the election results, because I want full election integrity. So most of the issues that I've talked about, we were able to get resolved one way or the other, but I don't want to give the impression that this was a perfect day. But we've, like I said, we've had really hard workers out there doing everything they could to ensure that we had a strong election. Our mail-in ballot numbers are way down from what it was in 2020. But we've also spent a lot of money extending satellite offices and drop boxes and all that. So basically end up with the same results as that what we've seen in the past. Roughly, we put out, I think it's about 190,000 mail-in ballots. We're going to see about 160 to 170,000 return, which is about an 80% return ratio, which is what we've been seeing. So I care about the taxpayer money, and all this additional effort. I don't believe it warranted anything more than a lot of propaganda.
Are you done?
No, I'm not done.
We're here to share results.
We're here to have a
Not
press
talk about
conference.
the budget that we voted on.
We're here having a press conference, and we're talking about election day. If you don't like me spewing out the truth, that's what I'm talking about, what's going on.
So
there's
some misinformation in there.
there was
Have it correct.
There was no information what I reported. Zero information. There was no misinformation what I reported. So don't sit there and say it's misinformation. You're calling me a liar. I'm not, everything I reported is factual.
So the return rate on mail-in ballots is much higher than it has been in the past. I'll share that video when we receive it from the director of elections.
We're gonna see about an 80% return rate on the mail-in ballots. That's what we're projecting. So since I was so rudely cut off, I guess I'll end at this point. So any questions?
Go ahead, Neil. Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Well, I just want to also say that I would put credence in these results. They're not the full results, but they are votes that were cast by eligible registered voters. They've been tabulated by our team. I would put credence in that. Go ahead.
I didn't catch all those numbers. Can I get a hard copy of that?
Yes.
Yeah, we'll have a printout. Oh, okay.
When, you said every updates will be coming every 30 minutes, you mean in here or you'll send them out?
In here.
So we come back up here, 30 minutes?
Yes, it may not be exactly 30, but we'll give you a heads up.
And they'll be posted on the website. I mean, the photo services, every half hour or so post on our website.
What's that website?
Under Montgomery County,
Montgomery.com.
yeah.
Thank you.
Then there should be Megan, is there a link on the front, where should go, on the homepage to bring you right to results?
Thank you. And one more question, these initial results, that's not solely mail-in ballot results, that's some from in-person today?
Almost exclusively mail-in ballot.
Okay, so the first update,
Yes.
oh, okay, thank you.
Go ahead.
Is there an idea of when you expect things to be completely
Completely
together?
done.
Yeah,
So if we've gotten through about 92,000 by this time, there are about 70,000 more ballots. So we think by tomorrow morning we'll be done with all the mail-ins. And when it comes to the precincts, people have to drive, into Norristown from across the county. They've got to close up all their precincts. In some places, if people were in line, they're able to vote until the line is done. So I would say about midnight, we'll have all the in-day election results in.
So the photo services central processing, the folks down there are doing an incredible job, and they're basically processing about 7,000 ballots an hour. So if we have about 70,000 left, we should be, close within 10 hours of mail-in ballots, counting and counting mail-in ballots. So they're doing a great job to be processing that many that quickly.
One more question, just to have you repeat, because we didn't catch it on the live feed. You asked, you said in the beginning for people to you won't have the full results yet, and you're asking people to be patient. Could you just touch on that?
Yes, so essentially, we will have the in-person votes completed by around midnight tonight. We will still have about 70,000 plus mail-in votes to count, which is happening at the same time. It's happening about 7,000 votes an hour. And that'll be done by tomorrow morning, provided there's no disruptions.
In person tonight?
Yes.
Okay, you sure?
No, I think that's aggressive to say our in-person voting counts will be done by midnight. I think it's more, I would say that maybe 2, 3 o'clock in the morning would be where we'll probably start finishing our in-person votes. There's a lot to go through. It'll take a couple hours just to get all of that back to voter services.
Safe to say overnight?
Mid, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Early morning, 2, 3 o'clock. I don't know what that is.
Thank you. Tomorrow for the mail. Thanks.
Go ahead.
Tomorrow for everything, then the mail-ins and the in-person ballots?
Yes.
Okay, so,
Provided there's no disruptions. There are categories of ballots, however, that may take more time than tomorrow morning. For example, we've got a week for military and overseas ballots.
okay,
So that's category ballots. There may be ballots that are damaged, that may take longer to tabulate. We put those aside. If there are any issues with the ballot, that could take some time as well. Provisional ballots will not be done tomorrow.
okay,
So we'll have a count for that amount of ballots by tomorrow.
okay,
But the vast majority of ballots will be counted by tomorrow morning.
okay, thank you.
Anybody else? Okay, so we are available for any other questions as issues arise, and we'll check in as we get more results in. I would expect them to come in rather quickly, the in-person results to come in rather quickly over the next couple hours.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.